So we wanted to do a bit of an update video as to what we've been working on behind the scenes. So me and Peter have been working quietly on an app to help with e-commerce stores, basically helping people to sell more physical products. So we're going to do a bit of a tutorial and walk through what we've been building. But before we do that, we may as well just talk a little bit about why we built this app, what it's for, who it's for, and then we'll give you a bit of a demo of where we're at with things so you guys can see it. And this will be very, I mean, this is pretty close to being enrolled out to the public. Well, probably first beta to a few people, and then we're going to slowly roll it out, and then it'll be available to download to your Shopify store. So, Peter, why did we make this app in the first place? Where did the idea come from?
Absolutely, Alex. So I suppose the idea came from a type of offer we've been running to great success for the past number of months, and probably about 6 to 8 months, maybe more even. We've been refining it. And the way it works is we allow people to use our physical products to get them delivered to their home by just covering the shipping and handling. And then after a certain amount of days, generally 30, but it can be whatever you want, the balance for the order is billed. And we've been doing a lot of this very much manually. And we decided, you know what, we believe in this model, this framework so much that we're going to invest quite a considerable sum into developers and into, coding and all that kind of stuff, just to make it more, I suppose, simple for people to replicate.
Yeah, because I mean, before this, when we came up with the idea, we'd just been manually inputting it on websites, right, which was annoying. So we
Yeah.
want to have a way where it's literally just click, download, install, and then everything is, as you'll see, everything is completely customizable to whatever you're selling, your brand, everything. And the
Mhm.
idea is, yeah, customers can test a product in like a trial. You can decide as the brand or the seller how long you want that trial to go on for. And there's all sorts of things built into this which makes this system work. So you may have heard of like a free plus shipping offer. The idea kind of well, it didn't come from that, and it's not the same as that at all. But basically, the customer would just cover the shipping. They would get the product. They can test it for a set period of time, which you get to set, and then if they love the product, they keep it, and the remaining of the balance is charged. And obviously, if they don't like it, which shouldn't be too big of a problem if you've got a really
Mhm.
good product, then they send it back for a refund, or not even a refund. Actually, they just send it back.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have more customers coming on the front end. You're gonna be able to grow faster because you're just lowering that barrier to entry of people coming in. So let's do it. You share your screen, Peter, and we'll just show you where we're at with this. So we've been working with an app developer on this, and Peter's probably a better person than I am to walk through this.
Yep.
And we'll just let's just show the dashboard and some of the customizations we've built into this, so you guys can actually see what we've been working on and what's coming very soon.
Absolutely, Alex. And I think just I want to touch on one thing before we go into that dashboard. Like really what you're leveraging here is reciprocity and the law
Mm,
of reciprocity. So, as humans, as individuals, when someone does something good for us, or is perceived to give like value, we want to give back. And that's something that I suppose that's a linchpin, that's a cornerstone of our framework, of our model. And that's what this entire thing is built around. So let's get in here. Let's just have a quick look. Now, this is demo. So this is not real figures. We're still, we're still optimizing, we're still improving. It is not completely finished yet. And what you see might be slightly different than what's here. But look, this is the main dashboard. So the purpose of this here is for you to very quickly be able to see, well, look, how many sales am I making using trials? Like, what's my revenue collected? Because as Alex said, it can be the shipping fee, but it also can be just a percentage of the item's value, anything from 0 to 100. But ideally, it's want to be the smaller end of that to entice people to say, hold on, I'm getting that value. So then you can bank on that reciprocity. And you can see conversion rates, deposits collected. You can also see revenue forecasts. That's really cool because, for example, one of our products, we might get 7, 10 quid in today, right? 30 days later, we might get 80 quid. So that forecast allows us to very quickly see, well, hold on, how much is kind of outstanding here? And based on data, like we've had a 98% success rate. We've had another customer who has a much more expensive product. It's about $300. He's about a 98, 90, 97, 98% success rate. So you can basically bank on that deposit, that balance coming in. So you can see that in I suppose into the future. You can forecast that.
mhm.
Um, we can see here like how many of the products are kept, how many of them are returned, and we have notifications here so you can see what's going on. You can then come down here, you can see your top products, how they're performing in this process. So trial started, final try conversion rate, trials converted. You can see a lot of data here, like on, return rate, deposit amount, most recent, the item was purchased or the trial was taken. So there's a lot of different things here. We will, as I said, obviously optimize. Over here, you have the first part, I suppose, of this process is you need to add a product on trial. So this is your trials that are active, and but you can click here, start trial, and
And
basically,
one thing to point out as well, if you guys have multiple products on a store, this will also work for you. So you might only want to add this system to one of your products on the store, not all of them. So you can do that. You can select which products you want to add this to, the try before you buy system.
absolutely, like we currently run it on two of our flagship products on one of our brands, and but you can run on one. There's no issue. You can run them on all. It really depends on a use case. But you select the product. So let's say t-shirt. Again, this is demo. You have your custom terms there. You can select, what do you want to put a certain monetary value on the upfront payment, or do you want it on the shipping price that the customer have to pay, or a percentage? Trial length, so how long you want to be. So it can be 7 days, 14 days, 21, 30, whatever you want. When the trial starts, so when the product is ordered, or maybe when it's fulfilled. There's so much customization there. And then over here, you can see here, so like you can customize colors, text, all that can be customized as well. So it's quite a cool wee feature. Just make sure it works for you. But we've a lot of different demo and themes as well.
Can we also, when you do this one, remember just to show what it actually looks like once it's installed on someone's site? You can do
Absolutely.
that.
That gives you an idea. But if you go here to settings, let's have a look. So you can see all the different, like, kind of interfaces we've set up. Now, obviously, we'll continue to improve these. They're fully customizable with CSS, so you can make them, suit your unique store. And these are just plug and play. You just drop them into any Shopify theme, and they should work nicely. So there you are. That just gives you an idea, right? And then here's orders. So you can just see where your orders are at. So something's on trial, trial ended, if it's paid, if it's not, payment left, all this sort of features as well, which is really, really important for you to manage your trials correctly. Um, so that's where it's at the moment, Alex. Like obviously there's a bit of improvement to be done, but it's certainly coming together. And what the beauty of this is, instead of it taking an hour to set up a trial on a Shopify store and custom coding everything, this is just plug and play and
Yeah.
it'll be up and running. You could have a trial running in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then as well as that, I don't know if this will be included in the initial launch, but like we have obviously a bunch of different email sequences to go out for people who buy products or on trial. Maybe say for example a payment outstanding payment bounces for example, or a payment's not received, then an email would go out to a customer reminding them, which we've had close to 100% success rate with this. And even if somebody misses a payment or doesn't pay on the automatic payment doesn't come out, but I think that's correct, isn't it? We there's like something that goes out to remind them, and then I think it's been near enough 100% success rate after that. So yeah,
Yeah, especially you basically catch everyone. Like some people, life happens. Sometimes they don't see their emails. They haven't checked their card balance or whatever. But the second, what I find is because we've given so much value, people
yeah,
they don't want to let us down.
yeah, cool.
Yep.
That's sweet. I just thought it'd be cool to just do a bit of an update on where we're at with things because with Trojan selling, like this has always been a big goal of ours to include this and build it for people, but since the development of this system, it should make it a lot easier to install for anyone who's got a Shopify store right now and who sells and wants to sell more of their premium physical products. So we're going to try and do some more updates on the YouTube channel once this is ready to roll out, and we're starting to look for e-commerce brands to work with who want to test this out, take it for a ride. I'm pretty sure you'll be pretty happy with the results.
You'll be happy with performance for sure. All
Yeah.
right, guys. Take care and we'll chat you soon.